What's up, alien savages? And welcome to another episode. I'm feeling so good. I had yesterday probably the best Orm aesthetic dance in my life. Period. Orm, if you don't know, is like a venue here, and every Friday here on Kopangan there's an aesthetic dance. And it was probably also because it was a little enhanced. It was so synchronistic that I talked to a friend, and I don't know, we just talked about mushrooms and how much I love mushrooms, but I haven't taken them in a long time. Like, since ayahuasca half a year ago, I didn't take anything. And then we talked about that. So she was saying like, oh, over there at the cacao place, I think they also sell mushroom cacao. I was like, ah, cool. And I checked out the cacao, and it was like so overpriced, like 200 or 250 baht for like one of these little cups. It's just like too much. I pay like 120 baht max for one of these little cups. If something is too overpriced, I just like, no, this is not the world I want to shift in. This is just a scam. So, but then what I did, I was like dancing there, and there were like a bunch of cups. They were like almost empty. And I was watching them and could feel like energetically, oh, people are done with that. Like really, I was watching them actually for a long time. So I went to 3 different cups and take a good sip. I was like in my mouth, so it could like be even more absorbed. And I get this like oomph from the cacao and be like, oof, oh yeah. And then in this one, the last sip, like, my body started to tingle, and I was like, oh, I think there are some mushrooms in it. And then I was like in the fear for a moment, because like, oh, what if there are like other drugs in it that I don't like? But that's why Higher Self had this conversation before, that this woman said they selling mushroom cacao. So I was like, out of the fear, and then this little oomph, this little mushroom. Oh, it was amazing. Because I quickly get in the story that, oh, I cannot do psychedelics because I'm too awake and I will lose my shit. And I remember like a year ago or so, this was like towards the end, when Brittany and I were breaking up, and this actually helped me a lot to like realize. I was hiking here on the island. If you don't know, you can actually go for great hikes, and I was taking a gram of mushrooms after a long time, and I was so nervous, like, oh my god, am I gonna lose my shit? But I had like all the synchronicity to like, just do it. And it was amazing. Like, it was like, oh, mushrooms for me, and in a small dosage, like just like a microdose or just a gram, feel amazing. It actually really puts me in my body. I feel really earthy. It's not too trippy, but really like heart, emotions. I so connect to my humanness, which is like my challenge. So yesterday I could feel that, like my heart, and Faye could immediately tell, like, oh, did you smoke some weed or something? Because So yeah, I'm just like, and I have many quotes actually from the dance yesterday, and I feel excited to share them with you. I was already this morning laying in bed with Faye, and we talked about them. Yeah. So how are you doing, my friend? If you're going through a rough time, know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And that, like, take me as an example. I went through such a rough time, like after this breakup and after ayahuasca, and now I'm like blissed out. I'm so happy, and this is the sneak peek of the earth we're gonna shift. It's gonna be so connected in tribe, so much joy, so Pleiadian-like. And first we gotta go through the storm to pass through the eye of the needle to come out the other side. And I so feel like I popped out like a vagina. Or I popped out of like a vagina. On the other side. I feel like I already shifted in a new timeline. And yeah, I'm just like, all that remains is deep gratitude. Ferdi is back. Like, I like, to all the elements, I connect the most to wind. Like, I thrive in like flying, being on my scooter, and being social, being amongst people. Oh, and I'm just like a strong presence that when I like enter a room, it's felt. And I love to like show up with my heart. Like so many big shifts have happened the last day. Let's take a chill song because I want to tell you all the codes. I want to get like in a little channeling state and give you all the codes because I simply love you. Okay, we take a chill song and we go inside the codes. So let's take a deep breath, fully exhale and inhale. Okay, one-on-one, how to be a good human being with Ferdy Beck, the alien since the walk-in. This was my big challenge to like be a good human being and actually come from the heart. Like there's this big shift that in the past I was so in my mind and I was listening to with my mind, and then of course if I'm like in my mind and listening with my mind, I don't want to talk about most things. I don't want to go in Xantiva ice bath and speak about the ice bath. I don't want to like do small talk. But if I come from the heart, we can talk about whatever. I actually laugh at Xantiva talking about the ice bath, and I come from the heart, so I feel connection. So it really doesn't matter what we like talk about. And then there's like all the patience all of a sudden to like, oh, and like staying on the vibration of the heart that I constantly shifted, that we stay there of like bringing in lightness and laughter and humor to like, yeah, whatever we talk about, we're just having a small encounter. Let's make this a heart connection. So I stay here and I like bring people in it. So if it's like, I can see they're going in the mind and I just like say something funny about it, so we're both laughing, and I'm like, yeah, come here. And like these last days I've been so social and having these amazing encounters, and actually I have all the time and life is beautiful. That's what I experience now, coming from the heart and my soul fully being there. Like really I was for a while, like it started already back then when this walk-in was there. I could feel I'm too much for people. Oh, I'm way too much. They cannot receive me. So I need to put my consciousness a little away. I need to like look over there. Oh, let's talk about something else. Oh yeah, I don't look you in your eyes. I like take my soul a little out of my suit, because when I'm so there, like, hello. It's a little too much for people because I look in their eyes and I acknowledge their indestructible soul, and they're like, whoa. And now this is all I want to do. And if people can handle it, then they can handle it. But I, as Ferdy, I want the richest human experience. I want to be here. I want to be nowhere else. I want to be fully be here. And I was kind of feeling this regret of like all the times I haven't been here. I was like hiding in my treehouse and being somewhere and not being here. I'm like, the present moment is all that is, and it doesn't get better than here. And the here and now can be so rich if you're like fully there. Like, hey, my soul is here. Where? Here. I'm a little drunk, like Captain Jack Sparrow. Wow, everything gets so rich. And yeah, as I said, I don't care if I'm too much for people anymore. And also, we have like shifted. It's like the people I encounter, they want that. They're like, hey, where are you? Yeah. Like after the breakup with Brittany, when I met German Celine, she actually helped me with that. We were like in the water and I was like talking about downloads, looking at the moon in the distance, and she was like, hey, come here, like look at me. I want to look at you. I want to be here with you. And I was like, oh wow, oh yeah, hi. Oh, this feels, oh yeah. Yeah, let's be here fully. And like, this is the trip. And these are all things I already know and you already know. But there is this subtle but big shift internally in me that, there was like this part coming home to me like, oh yeah, I feel so alive again. I was missing to feel so alive, and it doesn't need to like involve trauma or anything, which in the past kept me like really alive because I needed to be present. It can just feel good. And also this like really from the heart, that I realized like, yeah, we all have one heart, as Bob Marley likes to say. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright, as it was in the beginning. Yeah, really good song. So yeah, just yesterday, like so many of my favorite people were at the dance. And so here are some quotes. The highest vibration is leading on everything. I'm not saying I'm the highest vibration, like at the dance, for example, but I'm just like, I carry a high vibration. So energetically, I lead on a lot of things. So I follow my excitement, meaning I make sure what does Ferdi want? Where do I want to dance? What do I want to do? Because many people, like for example at the dance, are new to following their excitement. And they don't know like where to go. Should I dance? Should I go in the sauna? Like they have like a pool and an ice bath. There are like many worlds you can enter. And then people love to follow like higher vibrations that really embody themselves, their joy, and having a good time so they can lean on it. And I know that like people like to lean on me, and I loved it. I'm like, yeah, lean on me and let's lean on each other. And I'm so good in being myself, following my choice. So I like go somewhere where it's like my excitement, like at the beginning, dancing at the fire. Wow, I'm here. So then many of my friends could like come and like dance next to me, and we created this like energetic field. And I know I was like for a lot of the times holding it, and I loved that. It's like all these new quotes about like being a papa bear, holding a space, actually showing up. Like every Thursday, I do the meetup here on the island and I create the space. It's like eventually, this is what I told Faye this morning, like, I think it's time for you to step from a fairy into a fairy godmother. That like, yeah, showing up. Like yesterday when I met Nicole, she was like saying, hey, we go to this new beach with my kids. I put my phone away. And I knew she's gonna be there now for a while, because she's like, I quit this place, I'm gonna take up space, we're here now, we're gathering, I hold the place. I hold it. So I could like flow and like, oh yeah, I wanna come by. And I know she's there. And eventually as a leader, which we all are becoming, you wanna like take up space. Like, hey, this is my excitement right now to like, Faye, go in the sauna and like drumming and singing it and holding the space so people can lean on her. And this was just so nice yesterday, my flow of like following my joy, like what does Ferdi want? And I want to be here. And then people can come and go. And often they were coming, we're having a good time, leaving and coming again. Because like, yeah, hey, you can always come back. I hold the space here. This is my living room and everyone is invited. Because we're all having a heart, don't we? And then, you know, I see energies more than anything since this walk-in. So the humanness was a fun thing for me to, like, for example, yeah, talking. Because it's not what we say, it's like all the underlying energies. And in the past, I focused a little more on the words, and I was coming from the mind. So it's like, wait, what you're saying doesn't make sense. And then we're in the mind, and the vibrations often get weird. And now I'm just like, really feeling the vibrations and knowing how to like be a good human. I give you examples. Yeah, it's just like how to say that. For example, like at a dance, I'm dancing because I actually like the music and I feel good in my body. And I like, if you like having an encounter with a person, and then you both stop, like, hey, how are you? So we're like talking, and then eventually the talk ends, and it's like, okay, now it's over, now we leave, but where? I don't know, I find it weird, but if I'm just enjoying myself through and through, like, you have to make your own luck. You're responsible for your reality. You're the master creator of your own reality experience. It's all up to you, whatever you say goes. So if you just have a good time, anyone can lean on you because you're just having a good time. So you have to make sure you're having a good time. So like yesterday, I only went to the dance because it was my excitement. I felt really good. And then I was letting know all my friends, like, hey, I'm going to the dance. So many of my favorite people were there, like Eve and David and Faye. Ibdi was there. So many. I can talk now like 10 more. Tenga, like so many. Anyways, so it was like so my excitement. I had such a good time, and this is what Ernie told me back then, because Ernie is also so good coming from the heart, and like everyone is like gravitating to him. And he was like, Ferdi, people love to be around people where they can have a good time. So it's like amplifying. When you have a good time and you have like good encounters, others like, I want something of that too. And it's just like, it just amplifies. And yesterday it amplified like crazy. I'm like, oh my God, this is the new Ferdi. I'm back. Oh my God. Throughout the last years, there was such weird versions to figure out certain things, and went on these side quests to like lose myself a bit, to find myself anew. And now I'm like back. Oof. Doof. 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 Yeah. Okay, the song is a little too slow. So, this example that like, I'm dancing, I'm having a good time. Someone comes and we talk, and I'm not like, oh, now we talk. And it's like, no, I'm like opening my field to the whole, like we're all oneness, to the music and the dance floor. And so this other person can lean on me and we can like dance together, and there is no beginning or end. That it's not like, oh, now we talk. Okay, bye, where to go. And I know what I'm telling you is nothing new. And you already know probably. It's just like, here's it from the alien perspective, seeing like energies more than anything, and then reverse engineering the humanness, if that makes sense. That it's just like I was trying the humanness by like, and often it just got like a little weird, like these subtle underlying vibrations. Like we talk and nothing is weird, but underneath there's happening different things, and I only see the underneath things. Like you can tell me whatever, and I see right through. And I want to have these 10 out of 10 interactions. And I said it based on connections, that like a hard connection. Doesn't matter what we talk about, doesn't matter like what vibration in this moment do we create more or less connection. That's my question. And I want to create the most connection. So all these subtle things that I'm like, so happy that I'm social again, so I can practice. Like for example, my energy is really big, so often people quickly also get like intimidated by me. So I need to create like a lot of space so they can lean on me. For example, I love to be like funny and humor and lightness. So when I like say something funny, I need to like create the space so people can like laugh. And I cannot like, for example, when I'm with Faye, I'm saying something funny and she just laughs. She's good. She just laughs. But when I'm like meeting people new, and I say something funny, and I kind of like need to like laugh first or create the space for the laughter. Like I hold it, like now we can all put laughter in here, because here's the space. Like often I need to like provide the space so people can like lean and melt into it, and then just feel so comfortable. Because in the past I was just expecting everyone is an alien like me, 100% loving themselves, and it's just like owning their hyper weird cringe version, which we all are. Did I tell you? We're all hyper weird and can actually feel comfortable in it. That at one point you just stop cringing about being cringe and realize we're all cringe and love it. But for that people often need to feel comfortable. It's important to create space. And I know like all these subtle things, like it's these super subtle things in between a flicker of an eye movement. It's and for me it's all like happening subconsciously anyways. I'm just myself. It's not that I'm like I really don't like these books and stuff of like how to manipulate people, how to make friends. So it's like I just am myself. That's it. I'm just figuring how to operate in a shared reality where different realities get shared. Like, hey, here's your reality bubble and there's my reality bubble, and now our reality bubbles are overlapping, but still we create our own versions of each other. And in order to feel connected, we need to make a version that is in resonance. So we need to come in a resonance vibration. If we're not in resonance, we're feeling alone. We're creating less connection because we're like creating a different version of each other than we are. Because we're talking like, in German we say like aneinander vorbeireden, like we talk on the side, like we're not actually coming in a harmonious resonance. And this beauty about harmonious resonance is like we're actually in the same reality. And we're feeling that by feeling more oneness. Because we are upstairs, we go a bit higher, oversoul, we're all one. But if we're like creating an experience like coming from the mind, not the heart, and you talk here, I talk there, and we feel like more alone. So I'm always like, where can I find the resonance? And this is like the heart, like meeting people where they're at, going in their realities, coming from the heart, and like, wow. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm there. And then from there I'm like, okay, let's raise it up. Let's bring in lightness, let's bring in joy, let's bring in laughter, let's bring in like embodiment, let's move our bodies, let's like feel good together, let's change like touch. Yeah, I have a feeling this all sounds funny, but this is just how an alien speaks, that is like feeling really weird in this human experience and learning how to like arrive, because I don't want to be anywhere else at this point. I love the human experience with everything, like everything, the good and the bad and everything in between. And I want to be fully here. I don't want to be picked up by aliens unless it's like beneficial, because this is my home, Earth. And we're gonna transform this ghetto into a Valhalla. And I'm showing up with all my gifts and reaching out my hands to everyone that is like resonating. Yeah. Okay, let's take a deep something.
The rain is pouring down like all the souls you send here, coming to this earth
to find healing. Yeah.
Mother Earth takes in the rain like your heart takes my voice.
And you so ruthlessly gotta believe in yourself.
Let us free
I'm watching the show right now, The Last Kingdom with Faye, and the main character Uhtred from Bebbanburg. And Faye is watching Vikings right now. Like, she's actually laying over there watching right now. And Vikings, Ragnar Lothbrok. Watch it. And they're woke. But this is not enough. We're all alien savages, light warriors, light beings, starseeds, whatever you want to call us. Like, we're here on a mission. But we have to believe in ourselves. It's not enough to like carry the gift. You have to believe in yourself. And you're watching these shows, and they have the gift and they believe in themselves. Because if you don't do it, someone else will take your place. So you gotta show up fully believing in yourself, being it. And it's gotta be in your behavior. Like in your bones. Like, you know, when you believe something, when I'm like telling you, hey, can you pick up this cup? And here, like, I'm picking it up. Like, yeah, I pick it up. It's in my behavior. It's not like, can I pick it up? I could, but no, it's in my bones. I, Ferdinand, Leonhard, Ottmar Beck, V Gaines, Ferdi, double biceps. I believe in myself. And you can feel that. Like, the vibration I carry throughout the podcast. Like, and you can just feel it. And this is what we all have to believe in ourselves. So remember who you are. Like, authentic. Like, don't try a character. Like, it's the hardest thing to be someone else. It's the easiest thing ever to just be yourself. And then just be that. Like, really believe in yourself. Like, take up space. And people around me, this speaking about earlier, that I'm too much, this is like my life story. But I see through it. I see this is actually their insecurities and stuff. And they don't know how to be like that yet. So they give me like this like, but this has nothing to do with me. So shine even brighter. Shine so bright that any diamond is like Rihanna's making a new remix. Because you're so bright. So yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I think this was a really quick podcast, but I love this like just coming here and hanging out and giving you some codes. Oh, this song is so nice. If I don't forget, I list my God playlist underneath. Om Namo, the live version. Yeah, I'm like looking at my list and I have a bunch of things I want to get into, but these are like entire podcasts. Like for example, I want to talk about porn. I said it in the other one. Like just in a nutshell, like I was always watching porn here and there, and I did like challenges for like one time a whole year without porn, and it was actually easy for me. Like I don't have this addiction. But for me, it's just something fun to do. And there wasn't a reason to why not. And if there isn't a strong reason why not, then like, hey, it's like, I love like looking through porn sites and I actually find really embodied porn. Like I find couples that really love each other and they're in full resonance. And they're like embodied and they're in pleasure and it's like, wow. And I have a whole folder of embodied porn. Amazing. It took me a while to find all these. This is... yeah, always the thing, like finding it, you have to look through so much weird shit and like, oh my god, these women are not enjoying it at all. They like pretend, again, like what they're saying is like this, but actually their body is closing and freezing and it's, yeah, you know the industry. But also, there's like everything. It's neither good or bad. There's like, what is good or bad, it's positive, negative vibrations, and there's also like a lot of positive where people like actually making laugh and feeling and it's like so dirty and they love it. It's like the woman is like melting and fully opening. Yeah, maybe one time I will share this whole folder. But anyways, in a nutshell, now I have a reason to not watch porn because I'm still like leaking my sexual energy just somewhere in the Nevada and it feels like it gets lost. Even though I'm swallowing my semen to recycle it, because it's like the semen of life, like of course I do that for like the past 10 years that when I ejaculate or even come on like FA, I like recycle. The seeds of life have entered me. On the biological level, I wonder what my stomach is like doing with it. But on the energetic level, I'm like, oh yeah, my life force is back. I can recommend, and at this point for many years now, my semen actually tastes sweet. I'm not just saying that to like flex, it actually got sweet. Like the cleaner your suit gets, the cleaner everything you... Anyways, so now I have a reason to stop watching porn. Why? Because this divinity I feel in my partnership with Faye, this is everything. This is like the richest honeypot. And I want to go deeper and deeper into that and pour all my energy in that so it can like blossom. And now I do a challenge. I don't watch porn for a month. And it's like easy to me. And I already feel like, oh yeah, all my sexual energy, it's not leaking. It's all coming in us. And wow. So yeah, it's really... Christ consciousness, being the embodiment of Jesus Christ, we're all becoming enlightened masters. This is what's happening, and this is just the way. There are like infinite ways to get there on the surface, but in the core, it's always the same. You gotta like let go of all the fear, remember who we are, believe in ourselves, and low vibrations just like fade out. And like leaking my energy in like porn, which is kind of low vibe, and it wasn't in the past or like recently a great permission slip for me to lower my vibration, because I'm like, this is one of my challenges, that I'm too high vibe, that it doesn't feel good in my body, so I need like something to lower my vibration, and watching porn lowers my vibration, and I loved it. as a permission slip, but now it's simply not serving me anymore. And now, like, the last days again, I feel so grounded on this high vibration. So, once you rendered a permission slip obsolete, you don't need it anymore. Eventually, you will render all permission slips obsolete, because at the end, we are the ultimate permission slip. The outside just gives us permission to be more of ourselves. And once we outgrow our permission slip because we raised our vibration, and the permission slip is like vibrating on a lower vibration, it doesn't serve us anymore. So that's why I also know, like, eating eggs right now and some animal products is just temporary to like hold this amount of consciousness in a way that feels good. But eventually, like, it's like all lightening up, raising our vibration, less density. Like, higher vibrational beings, they only eat like fruit and vegetable juices, like only liquids, like Pleiadians, and less, and like even higher vibrational beings like Sasanis, they don't eat at all, they don't sleep at all, they're constantly awake in the dream. And this is where we're shifting. This is just the way. How we shift that, we're the infinite ways. Like, you are the way, literally, you are the path, one of the infinite path. Your creativity is yourself. Whatever comes out of you is your creativity of finding the infinite again, finding God in a unique way. And same for myself, same for everyone. But we're going the same way. We're all coming home. So I just invite you on my journey, and take it or leave it, whatever I'm saying here. And I want to know from you, like, how are you doing? Write a comment, that would be really appreciated. I love reading your comments. Write me an Insta DM, WhatsApp message, but preferably YouTube comments, because the last YouTube videos had hardly comments. I was like, is anyone listening? And I got like really nice messages on Instagram and WhatsApp, and I was like so happy, and also like, why didn't you write it on YouTube? I want some social proof. This is now my ego speaking. I want to be seen more and tell it all your friends so I have more views. But I hope you got something out of this. I definitely did. My channel was really open. Just the last things I said, I hope you could follow me. If not, maybe listen to it again. It was like really like, oh. Okay. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Peace. Eat your chickpeas. Out. I used to say that. This is how I used to end my daily vlogs. And I see you here precisely tomorrow, because I upload every single day. Peace. Eat your chickpeas. Out.